Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Christina Wang. I'm the nurse practitioner and the medical director here at Hawaii Health and Harm Reduction Center. Today I've been asked to speak about the COVID vaccines that are available as of date, which is January of 2021, and to think about why the vaccine might be right for you, also some of the considerations with obtaining the vaccine, and then where to go to learn more information. So what is COVID? We know that this is a respiratory virus caused by SARS-CoV-2. It's a new type of coronavirus. And what vaccines are currently available? Right now in Hawaii, we have the Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine. And why are these vaccines different than other vaccines you may have received or heard about? So traditional vaccines use a weakened or inactivated material to trigger an immune response. However, with the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine, they're now using what's called an mRNA or messenger RNA, which is a protein that works by sending genetic instructions to build basically a single part of the virus. So there are what's called spike proteins that sit on the surface of the virus, and scientists have been able to utilize those proteins so that our immune system is able to develop a very effective response. When the virus is found in our body, our body is now able to create memory of this virus inside our cells and help fight off the coronavirus. When we also encounter the virus, the genetic information in place in our body is then able to make what's called specific antibodies that block cells with that signature protein from actually infecting the cells or infecting our body. So additionally, utilizing that mRNA, we're able to get our body to produce something called powerful immune cells, or T cells, that are recruited to recognize infected cells and destroy them. So this makes vaccines very effective. So how effective are the Moderna and the Pfizer COVID vaccine? Well, studies are still going on, but they've been conducted for some time now, and they are reporting high efficacy, anywhere in 94 to 95%. Just a very important note, the vaccines do not contain the actual pathogen, just the genetic blueprint. So the vaccine cannot give us COVID. While the two vaccines discussed today are emergency use, FDA approved, or Food and Drug Administration approved, there are still ongoing clinical trials, but they do demonstrate high efficacy thus far in preventing COVID, and there have been no deaths related to the vaccines at this time. So what dosage and what length of time do you need to get these vaccines? Well, the Pfizer vaccine is 2 doses. 1 dose is administered intramuscularly, which is into the muscle via injection, so into your deltoid or your arm. And then the second shot will be repeated in 21 days. For the Moderna vaccine, similarly, the first dose will be given intramuscularly in the arm, and then will be repeated in 1 month. So what are the common side effects or adverse reactions that we should talk about with this vaccine? There's a small chance that with either vaccine, you could have a severe allergic reaction, and anyone with severe allergies to the ingredients of either vaccine should discuss this with their healthcare provider before receiving the vaccine. Most reported side effects, though, for those that did experience side effects, included tenderness or swelling or pain to the site of the injection. And some people did report headaches, muscle aches, fever, fatigue, which is tiredness, chills, or even nausea and vomiting. At this time, after receiving the vaccine, you will be asked to stay for monitoring approximately 15 to 30 minutes, or possibly longer as determined by a healthcare provider based on your specific healthcare concerns and needs. Signs of severe allergic reactions would include things like swelling of the face or of the throat, difficulty breathing or swallowing, a racing heartbeat, possibly a rash, dizziness, or some pronounced weakness. There is a questionnaire checklist that is utilized prior to receiving the vaccine that asks more specific questions about your healthcare situation and should be thoroughly completed and reviewed by a healthcare provider before you complete the vaccine series. Any specific healthcare concerns should be addressed prior to the administration. Lastly, some quick FAQs. Patients with immunocompromised conditions like HIV, for example, are eligible to receive the COVID vaccine. And there's unfortunately currently not enough data available on patients who are pregnant, plan to become pregnant soon thereafter, or are currently breastfeeding around the vaccine. So it's important you have a discussion with your healthcare provider if those types of situations apply to you. Lastly, overall, we need a fairly large proportion of the Hawaii population to become vaccinated in order to develop what is called herd immunity. This is defined as a form of indirect protection to our community against infectious diseases that occur when a significant percent of the population has been either immunized or has already been infected with COVID, and now we actually have some protection in our community due to the large percent of the population that is now immune. Please note, this video is by no means a replacement conversation with your healthcare provider to discuss your specific concerns or needs, but please do consider yourself, risk factors, your personal health, family, friends, and the community when you're considering obtaining the COVID vaccine. Please also visit the CDC website or other trusted government resources and talk to your healthcare provider or a pharmacist to find out if the COVID vaccine is right for you. And please keep using your PPE, social distance, and wear masks because we know they work. Aloha!